The United States government is in possession of directed energy weapons, which, according to the Commander-in-Chief of the United States military, discombobulated a guy. Still trying to... We're working on what the fuck that means. Sorry, I need to work on my intros. This is the Purgatory Podcast. Lots to process. A second person got murdered for no reason. I mean, a lot of people, since the last thing happened and this thing happened, a lot of people did get murdered for no reason, you know, on Earth. So why is this worse? I believe that's what Jesse Waters is going with. He's basically saying human life is an illusion. We all are essentially sparks of divine light in the grand illusion that is Maya, so nothing matters. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. So, a lot of people tell me, you know, I listen to the Purgatory Podcast and it makes me want to be a better person so that I can stop listening to the Purgatory Podcast. And to those people I say, mission accomplished. I came here to make you question everything you've ever done in your life. I want you to question all of your reasoning. What I recently discovered is that if you just ask people, why do you think that? Like if they're arguing with you and they state an opinion and say, why do you think that? You only have to say that like 2 times before the person is like, wait, I don't fucking know. Except they don't say that. They'll say absolutely anything else first before they say that. And it'll be pretty obvious once you strike foundation on their argument. And it's like, okay, well, that's the bottom of the argument, I guess. We have to build it back up from here somehow. We have to reconcile, like, our first principles and our various philosophical commitments. We have to somehow make them talk to each other, or there's no point in even having a discussion about this. And I gotta tell you, you know, up until this point, it doesn't really seem like discussion has averted any of this. Why have we been talking this whole time about what the law is and what the law means if those in power have unlocked a special ability called lying? It's really, if you're at the end of your rope, there's always lying. Lying is always there for you. That's kind of comforting. I'm actually there. We're being lied to so much. There's lying happening that I'm not even aware of until much later. I'm like, oh, they wanted me to believe this 2 weeks ago? It got buried by all the other bullshit. Like, it makes sense that what happened, like, at a physical level. Like, yeah, of course it's murder, obviously. Like, that's stupid. But as a Trump person, that alone wouldn't sway you from being a MAGA person. Because you could just say, well, police stuff happens, you know, George Floyd kind of stuff happens, whatever. But I think then when you see the administration's response, and it's just like, by default, you're a domestic terrorist until you prove that you like us and personally approve of us. We just want to be liked. That's why we're doing this. We want you to like us. We can't believe it's not working. We can't believe unloading bullets into the lifeless corpse of a US citizen in the streets of an American city isn't connecting with you. What are we doing wrong? So it's all pretty sickening. The other thing is, you know, why don't we profile people based on how much they look like a pedophile? Why don't we send people into the streets and say, this guy looks like a pedophile? This guy looks like a pedophile. This guy looks like a pedophile. All of those pedophiles are worse for society than 90% of the people ICE has detained in like the last 2 weeks. So if you're going to do discrimination, if you're going to do this, why is it this particular overstaying your visa? It's a civil violation. It's not even a criminal act. So why this particular thing? Because it's a platform of a party that no longer exists. The Republican Party doesn't exist. None of the parties exist. There's kind of just a show going on right now where everyone's an actor who pretends that the law exists. But if it's really inconvenient to acknowledge that the law has been broken, you can just ignore it and it's fine. If they gotta bring that Senate parliamentarian in, that shadowy bureaucratic cog who no one's ever heard of until hundreds of years into America? Who is it? What is their name? They never identify them. They're like a mythical creature. I think the Senate parliamentarian is a fairy. It's like, oh, we're taking up the bill titled An Act to End Democracy. We voted no, but the Senate parliamentarian was like, I don't like democracy. So we can't have it anymore because of him. All the Congress people try to grab him with their hands, but he's so fast with his wings, he gets away, and then he teleports to the fairy dimension. Dude, politics is so fucking weird. Like, if you call it a constitutional republic, which annoying pedants call it. By the way, we should arrest all the pedants, too. Anything that starts with pedophile, pedants, pediatrician, they can't be up to any good. Let kids get fat, it's fine. But if the Constitution becomes an obsolete construct, then you don't have a country anymore. There's no longer a definition for what your country is. So as soon as that happened, we all stopped living in America. Like, it stopped being a thing. I don't know if people have caught up to this, but like, it ended like a while ago. We're all just hanging out, waiting for the effects to ripple into our own personal lives, which they will. Unless you're really rich, then you'll be fine. They have all the gold underground, right? Remember when Elon Musk and Trump, they were like, we're going to go to Fort Knox, we're just going to make sure the gold was there. And everyone was like, hey, would you mind like getting some pictures and videos to ensure that all the gold is there? Because the only visual evidence we have of gold in Fort Knox is like a very limited perspective of like just a little bit of gold. So we were like, hey, can you tell us what you found in your investigation of making sure all the gold is there? Which is what you said you were going there to do. And they're like, nope, we have no information at all. Thank you. And everyone was like, okay, looks good to me. It's so strange that the richest man on the planet is interested in where all the money is. I wonder why he would be interested in that. He seems like he's really into money, and he went to the money place, so I wonder what happened there. Wonder how it turned out. Oh well. So yeah, ICE is here, by the way, in our state. They're pissed off about my governor, that's why they're doing this. To further solidify that, Pam Bondi just told Minnesota that if they give over their voter registration data, they'll pull ICE out, basically admitting, yeah, we know ICE is terrible. ICE is a punishment to you. By the way, if you're a lawyer, this sounds insanely illegal. So any lawyers interested, if you're hearing about this through my podcast, you're probably not a good lawyer and you shouldn't try to bring this to court. So my blue state is also refusing to give over the personal data of every single person who voted in the last election. I mean, we probably do have a higher concentration of illegal immigrants. I mean, I'm sure there's tons of them. Then deport them. But you know you don't have to do it this way. Everybody knows you don't have to do it this way. It's completely over the top, and everybody knows it. Anyway, anything else going on? I'm pretty sure we covered everything, and the rest of the podcast will be relaxing ambient music. I think, what do I usually do? 24, 25 minutes? Yeah, I'm done talking, but I gotta fill the time. Here's the music. Wait, hold on. I had another thought. Hold on. The Purgatory Podcast phone line is lighting up. It's our eye in the sky, traffic chopper guy, Chuck Charles. How's it going, man? Long time no see.
You asked me to try to get embedded in the White House press pool, and through a series of Mr. Bean-like accidents, it somehow ended up working.
Oh, yeah. I had some pointed questions for the administration. Like, what's the vibe?
Your question is, what's your vibe? I had to put on a disguise to get in here.
What are you disguised as?
I'm disguised as RFK. They threw out the real RFK because they thought I looked more real.
Okay, well, if you get a chance, can you ask, if you want to... I don't know what... I'm totally blanking, honestly. How was your weekend?
I can't ask her that. Jesse Waters is gonna ask her that.
I don't know. What have you been watching on Netflix? No. Why can't I think of a good question?
Man, I don't know. The pressure gets to you here. And the directed energy weapons.
That's fine. If you get Havana syndrome, man, I'm not gonna think of you any differently.
Man, I gotta go. Barry Weiss is here. She's punching me in the face and telling people I'm Hamas. So I don't even know what that is, man. Get away from
shit.
me.
Hello? Wow. I'm sure we'll hear from him again. Chuck Charles is like a cat. He always lands on his feet. And he eats cat food. There's two ways that he's like a cat. I've questioned him before about the cat food thing, and he just tells me, they seem to enjoy it more than I enjoy my own food. Just words that could only be uttered by the saddest man who's ever lived. Sorry, minor correction, there is another man even sadder, and he goes by the name of Slurp Von Lipstick. He's the host of Time Check. He texted me frantically at 3 a.m. He sent me a picture that looked like it was taken in the middle of the woods, and it was just his foot covered in ants. So I saw him the next day, and I'm like, what the hell were you doing last night? He's like, why don't you stay out of the affairs of others? I'm like, you texted me. Ladies and gentlemen, Slurp Von Lipstick, the host of Time Check. Give a warm round of applause. Make it hot. Actually make it scalding. Make it painful for him. Thank you so much. Man, I don't know where all that aggression is coming from. I didn't do anything to anybody. What, so I let ants crawl on me at night? What's the problem with ants? Ants are a testament to the power of collaboration. I'm not a communist, but I'll let ants crawl on me. I read in a magazine that a guy who lived to be 50 years old, he's like, I'm 50 years old, and the only reason is because I cover myself in ants every night. Did he live past the age of 50? No. He died soon after discovering this longevity technique. But if you ever question his methods, then when you die, you won't get to live with Lord Zorgon, ant god of the 7th density. Yeah, it's a cult. This time check segment this week brought to you by Cisco phone system. Cisco, connecting you to other people who you have to talk to. They send one of their tech guys in here once a month just to make sure everything's looking good. He does look like sometimes he gets scared of the phone if it rings. Kind of treats the phone like it's a horse that like he's worried is suddenly going to go rogue and start attacking people. He's like, whoa there, girl. I'm like, it's just a phone. I think it's pretty easy. He puts on his cowboy hat. He says, well, let's see you do it, partner. And I was like, why are you talking like that? And to demonstrate the quality of the audio connection, this is Cisco's brand new 256 gigabit fiber optic system, allowing crystal clear audio fidelity. So clear you think there's no way this is over a phone. This is a disembodied voice in my house that sounds just like my wife. But no, it's just Cisco phones. I didn't have anybody else who could call me, so my 7 young identical sons are gonna call in, and there's the call coming in. Hello?
Hello, Father.
Hey kids, wow, that sounds really good.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Father, why do you refuse to acknowledge us?
I think there's something. Can we get somebody to look at the... Where is Cranial? Cranial's the tech guy.
Father, please acknowledge us. We're becoming concerned that we've died and we're all ghosts.
Why does Cisco keep making people think ghosts are real?
If we're invisible, we can do whatever we want.
No, you're not invisible. The phone just sucks.
Finally, we may enact our plan.
Thanks a lot, fucking Cisco. Now they're gonna enact their plan. Oh. Looks like we're getting a call on the line from another person who isn't gonna be able to hear me. Hello?
Hey, it's Cranial.
Oh, hey, look, can you hear me?
You need to get further from the mic.
I have to get further from the mic for you to hear me.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
What?
What, so you can't hear me when I'm far away either? My kids still can't hear me. They're not responding. They're just making evil noises. What? What's the problem?
Sorry, my phone just did something I didn't expect.
Why is this your line of work if you're so afraid of phones?
The only way to conquer fear is to stare it in the face. Jesus Christ! Sorry.
Well, before I forget, the time is 9:09 p.m. Alright, can you fix the phone line so my sons can hear me?
Alright, I'm taking a look at the system here. It's a little more complicated than I thought. The only way to troubleshoot this is for me to contact your sons. Do you have a landline over at your house?
Yeah, do you want to try and call it? I'll text you the number.
Alright.
So while we're waiting for you to call, what do you think of this whole Monica Lewinsky thing everybody's been talking about?
Hi, it's Cranial with Cisco Phone Systems.
How can you hear us? We're dead.
Oh shit, am I talking to a ghost?
No, those are my sons.
No one's sons sound like that. What are you talking about?
Why do you sound like you're less afraid of ghosts than you are phones?
That was definitely 7 dead kids. I can even hear the slowed down minor key version of Ring Around the Rosie in the background.
Wow, being criticized for our musical taste. Let's see your Spotify rap, big man. But wait, how can we hear you? Are you a ghost too?
No, that guy's not a ghost. It just sounds more ghostly because you have two phones on speaker right next to each other.
No, not you too. What is the likelihood that we have all passed on at the same time?
I don't know, it's crazy.
No, none of us are dead.
How would you know?
Your eyes slowly close and then they never open again. It's literally a dead giveaway. Not to mention, I'm not in the ant god's 7th density paradise.
Oh, the ant king of the 7th density? We know him.
No, he's my thing. Get your own occult idol to worship.
Now that I'm dead, I regret how much I feared phones. I should have feared them more. I didn't know ghosts could use them.
You know what? If you guys all want to reverse Sixth Sense yourself, that's none of my business. Well, anyway, I gotta go. I got something in the oven, and I want to find out what it is. I put it in there so long ago, I don't even remember what it was. I don't even know if it was food, but I'm really excited to find out. Thank you, everybody. I'm Slurp on Lipstick. Come back next week. Give it up. Time check taking the nation by storm. And I know what you might be thinking, like, isn't there already enough stuff taking the nation by storm? Including actual storms. The last thing we need right now is Slurp on Lipstick, and I hear you. Unlike many users of Cisco phone systems, they're not sponsoring my ass, they're exclusive to Time Check. Okay? They're not seeing other people. And again, they're not hearing them either. Lots of storms. Had to stay in a hotel. My work put me up in a hotel last night. I had a moment of absolute defeat this morning when I went down for the continental breakfast. There was a contraption which allegedly people were getting juice out of. I saw people go up to the juice machine. They got OJ, they got cranberry juice or water. And then I went up to the machine and I'm like, there's no buttons. There's no motion detection. There's no signage indicating how to get the juice to come out. And I made 2 really honest attempts to do it. Didn't figure it out on the second attempt. Didn't want to ask anyone how to get the juice out because nobody was having a problem with it. Nobody. The juice was flowing freely for them. So I just had a coffee. I mean, I figured everything else out. You gotta give me credit. I figured out everything else at the continental breakfast. But the juice eluded me. Still does. Oh, I'm getting a call on the Purgatory podcast. I believe this is our one and only Chuck Charles, traffic reporter turned political reporter. Chuck, my man, what's the latest scoop?
Yeah, look, man, I'm still trying to kind of work on, like, coming up with a question. So I guess if you want the scoop, it's like I haven't brought the spoon yet. My thing is really mostly traffic. Like, this isn't really like that. It's way more complicated.
It's really not. It's basically the same thing as traffic.
Okay, go on.
You're in the helicopter of journalistic objectivity.
Uh-huh.
And the cars are...
Wait, hold on. Me and Chuck Todd just made a major breakthrough in this coloring book we're working on together.
You're friends with Chuck Todd now?
Well, we're at the kids' table. There's nothing else to do. Oh, wait, who, me? Sorry. Oh, they're pointing at me. They're actually letting me ask a question. What do you want me to say?
Oh my god, just ask any question then.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Dude.
Okay, I was ignored. Oh, well, I'm really not cut out for this, man.
Just relax, don't lose your cool.
Oh, now Chuck Todd looks like he doesn't want to be my friend anymore.
Why do you care so much about what Chuck Todd thinks of you?
We had an idea to start a podcast together. We're gonna call it What's Up Chucks. It's mostly gonna be reviews of spicy noodles. Now we're gonna do it nude.
Alright, well, I'll tell you what, when you get back, we'll put you back where you belong up in the helicopter, telling us absolutely nothing about the traffic, like you always do. How does that sound?
This was a real waste of time. And a real waste of RFK skin. He molts and sheds like a reptile. His old skins, they're all over the White House. One time everybody dared Marco Rubio to eat one, and he did it. I gotta get out of this town!
Alright, well, I'll talk to you later, okay?
CC out!
Well, this is the Purgatory podcast, but it won't be for too much longer because the episode's gonna end. And after the episode is over, there won't be anything. Like, it's like when the TV would turn off at night back in the 50s, and they would just play the national anthem, and then it's like, okay, TV's over for tonight. I need something like that for podcasts, because I need to have the last word. If somebody's reading a book, I like to pick up the book and flip to the final page, and I'm like, the last word in this book is day. Does that spoil the entire thing for you? What word could a book possibly end in that would spoil the ending? What if the last word was like Hitler? And the book was a murder mystery and you're like, well, if the last word is Hitler, that means Hitler did it. Of course he did. Anyway, spoiler alert, the last word for this podcast. See you later. Hitler. I just wanted the episode to end with Hitler also, but I also wanted to say goodbye. So, now I have to say it again. Okay, bye, Hitler.